Rainbow Warrior here, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet the bikini or the bra. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a really simple way to crochet your cup that you can wear as a bikini or add to any tops that you wish. So let me show you what you need and let's get started. For your yarn, I highly recommend working with a natural fiber yarn. I'm using a cotton yarn because it is very breathable and will be very comfortable to wear. You will also need a stitch marker if you are a beginner, and of course scissors and a tapestry needle to sew your ends in. You will also need a crochet hook. I am using a hook that is smaller than the required size for the yarn because I do have really loose tension and I want this to be nice and tight. And I'm going to begin with a slip knot. Placing that on my hook, I'm going to begin with a foundation chain of 10 plus 1. So if you need to alter the number of stitches, basically you want to make a chain that reaches from the base of the boob to the nipple. And this may seem really small, but it is going to grow in length as we crochet our rows. So here you can see my 10 chain stitches. I'm going to chain plus 1 and begin working in the second chain from the hook. To single crochet, we reach into that chain and pull through a loop. Now we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops. So that was our first single crochet stitch. We're going to be placing a single crochet into each chain all the way down our foundation until we reach our last chain space. Once we've reached the last chain, we're going to place 3 single crochets in that space. There's 1, 2, and our third. So there you can see our 3 stitches that we've just added there. We're going to place a stitch marker in that second stitch that we put into our last chain. We're going to continue single crocheting along the opposite side of our chain, placing a single crochet in each space here. I'm going to be laying my tail across my work close to my stitches so that I can lock it in to my work and I don't have to sew it in at the end. And there is our first row completed. And as I mentioned, there is my top stitch. I'm going to place a stitch marker in it. I'm just using a paper clip because we're going to need to be identifying it for each row. For the start of our second row, we will chain 1 and turn. Our chain 1 is going to count as our first stitch. So we're going to skip the first single crochet and work into our second single crochet. And now we're going to single crochet all the way down our row until we reach that top stitch with that stitch marker in it. Once we've reached that top stitch, we can take that stitch marker out and we're going to be placing 3 single crochets into that same stitch. There's 1, there's 2, and you can put your stitch marker right back into the second stitch that you make because that is our new top stitch. And now we need our third stitch for 3. And now we're going to continue single crocheting along the opposite side. Don't forget to place your last stitch in that chain because that is being counted as our first single crochet stitch. And we're going to repeat this row for our pattern. We're going to chain 1 and turn, single crochet down, placing 3 in our top stitch, and single crochet down the opposite side. And you're going to continue crocheting your rows until you have your needed cup size for your preference and for your measurements. So here you can see my completed cup. I did 12 rows. And now it's just time to crochet along the bottom to clean up our work a bit. We're going to place another single crochet in our last stitch to help us turn around to the bottom there, and I'm going to be placing a single crochet stitch for every 2 rows that I have here, just to help my cup be a little tighter and help hold in my ladies a little better. Once you've crocheted all the way across and reached that corner, slip stitch to join, and here you can see one of my completed cups. And of course, it does have holes in it, especially when it stretches, so for added security, you can sew a lining into your cup. Repeat these steps to create an identical cup, and it's time to finish off your project. There are so many different ways that you can make your straps. I highly suggest making adjustable straps, ones that you can tie in case you plan on wearing this and your yarn gets wet or your body changes. You can adjust your straps accordingly. So I'm going to chain on the outer corners to tie around my back, and I will attach straps to the top to tie around my neck. And it's up to you how close you want to attach your cups. You can slip stitch to join them together, or if you want them further away, you can make a chain to join. And it's up to you. It's all based on preference really and your measurements. What I'm going to do for this bikini, for a little more security, I'm going to make a chain long enough for me to tie, and then I'm going to single crochet back down the chain, single crochet down this cup, attach my cups together, chain 1, attach, single crochet along the opposite side, and then chain along here. And here you can see what my completed project looks like. As I mentioned, I start on the ends and make a chain long enough to tie in the back. Then I single crochet back down the chain, and underneath my cups I chained 1 to attach them, and then I did the same thing along the opposite side. For my straps, rather than making a chain, which I think is kind of ugly, I took 3 strands of yarn and attached them to my 3 top stitches and made a braid. As I mentioned, this is just one really simple way to make your cups for a bikini or a bra. However, I do have several other methods that I do plan on making tutorials for as well. And I'm making lots of patterns for summer tops using this cup pattern. So if you need inspiration, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on those. You can leave me requests or show me pictures of projects you've made on my Facebook page. You can tag me on Instagram. All links to my websites will be down below, as well as a link to the description of this pattern. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this pattern, and hopefully I'll see you in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching.